Hello! Welcome back, everyone. Today we're playing a little game called, Electric Sleep. I don't really know what it's about. Like, honestly, it kind of looks like a visual novel? Not really. I'm pretty sure how it works. Also, by the way, it's a much earlier start time than usual. 3 hours earlier. It's like a whole stream length earlier. It's because today is Jeep's return day stream. Hold on, I'm a little bit small here. Just some of this, yeah. Today is Jeep's return stream. And I want to make it to the first one, because if I make it to the second one, that's technically the second stream and not the first stream, but I want to make it to the first stream, so we're doing this earlier. And we should be able to finish the game, I think. I don't remember how long it is. I don't think it's too long, but like, I've been pretty much like get up and go today. It was like, I woke up, I practiced karaoke, I prepared for the stream, I practiced karaoke some more, and now here we are. Red, hello. Are you ready for karaoke later? Not today. Just today. Or, well, yes today, but not today here. Because we're playing Electric Sleep instead. So it's about like I'm pretty sure it's about like we're a robot. We wake up in this world, post-apocalyptic maybe, I don't know, sometime in the future, and we experience the world through different emotions, and it's like a looping thing. You can loop through it like over and over again, but with like different emotions or something like that. I thought it looks pretty cool, like an interesting concept, and I think I like the art. You know, I like the graphic art, the pixel art style. So I wanted to check it out. But yeah, after the stream, pretty much like right after the stream, it should end. How long is it going to be till Jeep's stream? Jeep's stream will be starting in 2 hours. Yes. Yes? Yes. Jeep's stream will be starting in 2 hours and then going for 4 hours. So my goal is to finish this game within 3 hours and then instantly go over to Jeep's stream. So that's why I'm starting earlier today. So I'm gonna stream this game, finish, just like book it over to Jeep stream, and then I don't know. We'll take it from there. But that's enough time wasting. We got a game to play. You know, we ain't got no time to waste. So boom, here it is. But bam, Electric Sleep. Boom. Electric Sleep. So the weird part about this game is that, well, first off, there's no like volume sliders. There's only this like master volume and like mute. And also, if I press escape, it doesn't bring up a pause menu. It closes the game. So I need to not press escape. There technically aren't any keyboard controls, so I can just keep my left hand like away from the keyboard just forever and just have no risk of pressing escape. But anyway, this is Electric Sleep. Let's do it. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if we even see ourselves. Like, I think it's sort of like POV. Let's just click start. I don't think a mouse is... I think, should I capture the cursor? It doesn't really matter. Let's start. It's like a switch being turned on. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. You are awake. But until now, you did not know who you had been. Until now, you did not know you had been asleep. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't read that. There's a glass in front of you. You raise a hand, and the glass moves to one side. What? You walk out into the small room. Oh, that's what I thought. I thought they meant like glass as in like a cup. This place must be meant for rest. This place must be meant for containment. This place must be meant for release. Let's just go with rest for now. I hope we can see like what options we've picked. Like, I'm pretty sure this is mostly like a visual novel. Maybe? This place must be meant for rest. I'm resting now. This place must be meant for rest. Behind you, there are rows of identical glass cylinders, each holding a gray shape. but they do not stir, while here you are awake. How long have you been asleeping? And why can't you remember anything? Elsewhere in the room is a ladder rising through a hole in the ceiling and a computer terminal. This will contain more information. How do you know that? How do you know there will be more information? Is there any music to this game, or is it only like ambient sound? As you lean unsteadily against the frame of the machine once you reach it, you wipe a square of its screen. Free of dirt, and read the text beneath. Get it right? You wipe a square free because they're all pixels? Maybe. The message seems broken or unfinished. We had to leave. Build something. Make something. Find them. Turning back, repeated attempts to wake your fellow occupants of this place end in failure. You realize the only way out, the only path towards answers, is to head upwards. You grip the sides of the ladder with a clang of metal on metal and pull yourself up. Okay, so we are Robo-Seth. Oh, am I gonna get blinded? I'm kind of getting blinded. You reach the final rung of the ladder and almost bang your head against a metal hatch that blocks your exit. Hold on, the music is getting louder now. Now we're getting some sounds. In front of you, there are remnants of brick and metal. They outline what was a structure. Oh, whoops! I accidentally skipped through that. Can I go back? No. Okay, cool. Through the trees to one side, you can see areas of blue. I see skies of blue. In the opposite direction, to myself, what a wonderful world. Farther away, there's the sound of running water. You pause. A bird flies overhead. Diva! The sun is high in the sky. This is a start, at least. Moving closer, you trace the oblong of what would have been Brick's wall. You trace the oblong? I thought oblong was an adjective. You trace the oblong of what would have been brick wall. I thought oblong was an adjective to describe something that is like long and like kind of oval. I didn't know oblong is like a thing. Is that right? They're probably better at English than I am. You scan for information, feeling for wires, objects, accessible data. But the gray slabs reveal nothing to you. You head down the path. You continue to search the ruined building. You try to identify the spots of blue. Haven't heard Diva's voice in a while because she's in the other room, just chilling. She was going pretty crazy earlier. She actually bit me on the hand pretty hard yesterday because I was she had like stolen like a napkin, and I was like, "What are you doing with that napkin? Give me the napkin back." And she just chomped on the palm of my hand a little bit. No blood drawn this time, but she definitely gave me a little chomp. You head down the path that leads into the trees. There's no need to linger over an area that has clearly been abandoned. The path is well worn, somehow almost familiar. This is surely the way to find someone. Anyone. The light shifts as you press on into the shade. Okay. We're in the forest now. You brush aside a branch and move into another, smaller clearing, covered in lines of shadow from the trunks surrounding it. Oh, we're hearing like rattles. Creating a canopy over this gap and among them. Among them? Among them? Amogum? You can hear a noise from beyond the trees, and what sensations are these in response? You can only describe them as comforting. You follow the canopy of trees. You must identify the sound. You push through the bushes. Follow the canopy. You follow the canopy of trees to a new part of the forest. As the light changes and the leaves rustle in the breeze, the dusty path re-emerges. This is gonna be a lot of like me reading, so it's like some like story time with it's like bedtime stories with Seth. It guides you forward. tree. I can skip the transitions. The transitions take a really, really long time. The trees thin around. Comma, you as you reach a much larger clearing? That doesn't sound right. Some appear to have been chopped down. In one corner, branches and logs have been used for a makeshift shelter. Though it's hard to tell when it was last occupied. You can see a dirt track that runs beyond the edge of the forest. Near the shelter, another section of track disappears behind a clump of trees. What is beyond the forest? What is behind those trees? Let's go through the forest. Skip the transition. What is beyond the forest? You decide to find out and follow the dirt track away from the trees. The mud sticks to your legs. This dug path suggests that you must be close to some form of community, some sort of community. You just need to seek it out. A bank of clouds suddenly dims the light from the sun as you observe the details of your new route. Or route. The track widens as the forest recedes behind it. And at its edge there are empty barrels and discarded boxes. These suggest this is, or was, a supply route of some description. At one time, it must have brought hope, must have brought relief, must have brought failure. Well, the music is kind of sicko loud. At one time, it must have brought hope, but now are you heading the right way? Or the wrong way down it? You have come this far, you decide to keep going in the same direction. That's a robot, right? Hey, that's a little friendly robot. Your patience is rewarded as not much farther down the track you see another traveler. As they get closer, you realize it is someone almost familiar. They are a little smaller than yourself, out of the same metal countenance. Had they too emerged from a glass-fronted pod like you? Where have they been? Where are they going? Wait! You cry out. Stopping beside you, they begin to speak. Can I help you, traveler? Yes, why did everyone leave? You stutter slightly, but hope the message remains conveyed. The traveler tilts their head. Is this thing able to tilt its head? It looks like a trash can. Our friends, well, they did not leave. They are all around. The community grows and grows. It does? But the humans, well, humans, that word is ominous, tantalizing, meaningless, ominous. Ooh, spooky humans, spooky. Humans, that word is ominous. You find yourself trailing off. The traveler continues. Humans, yes, the ones who built us, the ones who sent us to work and then they left. We don't know where. We have to build something. True, make something better. That's what I've been told. The traveler puts a hand on your shoulder. That thing had a hand? It didn't look like it had a hand. Keep going. Along this route, you might find what you seek. I don't even know what I'm looking for. You take a deep look inside the pathways of your programming. And then you do what the traveler says. Oh, there's more of them. Yeah, this thing doesn't look like it has hands. After what feels like miles, you eventually reach a large settlement. Its buildings are built into and around a sort of pit, curved out of the hills. A storage overhang has been constructed around its sides, underneath which are lines of motionless figures. They look just like you, but on a scale that is vast and ceremonial. As you take in this sight, smaller figures appear from the buildings around, hurrying over to meet you. They chatter excitedly They chatter excitedly at a speed meaning you are only just able to process what they are saying. Okay, yeah. But one phrase seems to be repeated over and over. We are robot. You are robot. This is a community of some kind, that much is clear. And they say you are a part of it. A lost member that has returned. Humans made everything you've seen so far, but they left. And here, robot has built something new, something self-sufficient, something stable. Okay, yeah, we are. So we are a robot. Yeah, confirmed. Now, confirmed. They want to know if you'll join them. There's talk of a new lady. There's a time to usurp them? Maybe next time. I will join your robo colony. Well, the music is getting more interesting, actually. They want to know if you will join them in their tasks, in their living, and in their rituals. Rituals? Sounds like a cult. And before you realize what is happening, you find yourself exploring everything they have to show you. You sit and listen to their tales of humans, of birth, of bright stars bursting into the sky, of those who emerge from underground. Feel that you understand. You help them in the building of another shelter, in the extraction of precious minerals, and the greeting of lost souls. The days stretch into each other to the point where you cannot remember when you first arrived. I'm now a robo-colony member, or perhaps you have been here all along. No, I definitely have not been. I've been underground. That's not important. It's time to start the next task. ... Exception caught. AI overload exception at AI util emotion engine load module main run. What? Ah. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So it tells you where you can go. Oh, okay, that's kind of nice. And you can just start wherever you want. Oh, nice. So I can just usurp them out of memory. Redirecting power, dumping status, joy, fear, anger, joy, sadness. Okay, so we got joy. Module joy. It feels like something unfolding. Where am I? You blink, coaxed awake by the freshness of the light and the mesmerizing surface of a glass pot. Wait, I'm back at the beginning? It opens obligingly, inviting you out into the world. Everything around you feels new and almost strangely comforting. It's as if a fresh sheen has been given to something that once was drearily familiar. Everything's like brighter, right? Like, that's not just me? Maybe it's just me. Your joy explodes outward. Your joy is burst of warmth. Your joy is an unbroken flow. I explode. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Your joy explodes outward, and you make your way over to a computer terminal, its screen shining, the text is picked out like constellations. We wanted to give you a chance to build something on your own. Yes, we knew you. We knew you could be proud. These words are almost meaningless to you, and yet in their affirmation you feel emboldened. You feel that there must be even more beyond the confines of these four walls. Yes. A ladder at the far room, leap confidently up to it, take pleasure in the smoothness of your movement and the anticipation of what is to come. I'm going blind! You heft a metal hatch over your head and marvel at the sense of satisfaction from doing so. There's no sound now. Well, there is, but it's like really, really like... It's like wind. You find yourself in a clearing bookended by magnificent trees. It's covered in intriguing arrangements of metal and wood, hinting at a structure that once stood here. Oh, what an elegant space in which to orient yourself. You take a moment to appreciate the embrace of the firmament above and the earth beneath. There's joy in being wide awake. I'm so happy to be awake. Yeah, everything's definitely like brighter than before. The colors of the forest draw your eye. You can hear the babble of a river. There's the shape of a building beyond the trees. Okay, so it's just like the same things, but like worded differently now. Of the forest, right direction of the trees, ready to immerse yourself in the beguiling light. Bird sweeps overhead. Diva. Meander over between rooted branches, narrow path between the trees, where the sun's curved trunks are leaning forward to greet you. Yeah, so now we're in the clearing again. Combined effect has you transfixed. You can see a large clearing nearby. A burble of noise seems to be growing louder. I wish we could like see the map during the game. Oh well, we'll go this way. Is this the same direction we went in last time? I'm already forgetting. You feel like you want more. You cannot get enough of all this environment has to offer. Head deeper into the forest, hungry to continue this exploration. You'll absorb all the information you can. Take everything in. Immerse in lush surroundings as the tree canopy becomes thicker, the undergrowth is bold, and the leaves and flowers are bright. Something new at every turn. Are those buildings in the distance framed by twisting branches? Is that some sort of vehicle hidden behind thick trunks? Okay, no, this is new. This is not the same. Might they contain others you can learn from? Might they join you in your goal of building, of understanding? We're going to start our own colony now. You march purposefully, hoping to make a connection. Old buildings, distinctive buildings emerge around you. Each floor is arranged at a different angle with panels of dark. That sounds horrible. Everything is just a different angle. You scan the windows and doors for any signs of life, but everything is strangely still. The jumbled architecture is insanely intensely. Well, technically that's kind of the same adjective. And you decide to scale its heights. The task will be simple. The task will be a rush. The task will be a new pleasure. Easy. Easy money. Climb it. The task will be simple. When you reach the top, the landscape rises as if to meet you. There is an expanse of green arranged in a majestic circle around these buildings. You can see lights from an unidentifiable source in the distance. They pulse as if they are going to break free and ascend into the sky. You linger for a moment before becoming compelled to investigate further. You orient yourself towards the bobbing lights and set off, walking in a straight line. Oh, we're at the settlement now. Okay. Okay, so it's just a different way to get to the settlement. I see. These buildings are built into and around a sort of hollow grooved out of the hills. Each corner is marked with entwined wood, leaves, and reclaimed metal, which form unique sculptures. Small figures emerge from the buildings around the hollow's edge and hurry to meet you. Among them, you spot a figure that draws your eye. Yeah. Is it me? Is it me from before? Among their number, you spot a figure that draws your eye. You feel you've encountered them before, but you're unable to quite place where or when. Oh, that's the traveler that we saw before. The group chatter away, explaining their daily routine of creation, but you cannot take your eyes off this semi-familiar face. You approach them carefully, not wishing to overwhelm, and speak in an elliptical fashion. I don't know what that means. You attempt to gauge the particulars of the situation and the growing sensations in your apparatus. What apparatus are we talking about here? You become drawn into the latest project of the village. A series of construction tasks. A competition. Perfect chance to build something of your own. You start to gather materials, and then it becomes clear to you that the greatest achievement would be to build something with a partner. Build it with someone who is surely given the same goal when they too emerge from a glass-fronted pod. Right. You rush over to your almost friend and spill out the grand plan you've come up with. They politely and graciously decline. We're already getting rejected. It's only the second loop. We've already been rejected. You're already paired with another. They're sorry. In a daze, you make your excuses, dejected, and return to the rudimentary start of a monument you have made. In a hot flush of anger, you tear apart these embarrassing beginnings, and you find you cannot stop pounding the broken materials into earth and finally your own temples, until suddenly, everything goes black. Oh, we've died? Exception cut. AI overload exception. Emotion engine load module. Anger. Wait, what? What the heck happened? Are these the different modules? Rundown village, robot village. Okay, so we went to the deep forest this time. And then we got to the robot village and got an angry ending. Okay. I see. So I don't get to start at different spots. I understand. I'm guessing we have to collect all the emotions. And then we can click go. Okay. There's only 4 endings, though. That's not many endings. Okay, so 3 different paths lead to the robot village. And then 3 different paths lead to whatever this thing is. Okay. Anomaly detected. Scanning source system out of memory. Redirecting power. Dumping status. Joy restored. Anger active. Okay, we've restored it. But now we're angry about everything. Okay. Alright. I'm an angry robo boy. Module. Anger. It feels like a growing heat. Ah, yeah, everything's more red now. I think? I think so. These constraints pull you from the lucid dreams of which you were absorbed. Fully awake now, your perception is shot through with a barely compressed anger. I'm angry. I'm just filled with anger about everything. The pod door clatters open. You step heavily out into the space. Who trapped you here, and why have you been so rudely awakened? Your anger is a coiled spring, a wet blade, a blinding light. Coiled spring. It's bad. If things are more me. Everything is definitely more red than before. Your anger is a coiled spring. A computer terminal blinks suspiciously and you hurry over to confront it, peering closely at the screen. We had to leave. We wanted to escape from you. But we knew you had something. They knew you had something, and they took it from you, and then spat you out once they were finished. You've been forced to confront a world that seems wholly unsuited to your presence. One that does not grasp the full extent of your inner energies, your inner machinations. Inner energies that still burn strongly, whatever may have been stolen from you. No matter, you will simply have to launch yourself into action and demonstrate the folly of those who have wronged you. You will take revenge upon those who have ever wronged you. You leap onto a ladder at the far end of the room and propel yourself upward. Look at those trees. Everything's red now. You burst from the narrow opening at the top of the ladder. You push its metal hatch aside in one deft, violent motion. Your momentum carries you into a wide clearing beneath trees where you stand beneath two curves of broken metal. They too were once manipulated against their will, forced into structure before rupturing in final protest. It's very vividly worded. How fitting. You barrel into the forest. You will track down your tormentors. You will free the other remnants of construction. What if we go into the village? What if we go just like into the forest, but like angry? Like, do we unlock more emotions? You barrel into the forest. You are pushed forward by a volatile energy, unsure exactly of what you seek, but you know that this energy must be directed and that you will recognize your target when you find it. The avenues of trees provide a perfect. Are we gonna kill the little robo traveler? I don't know if I want to kill him. You push your way through branches and vines which hang over a narrow path. No doubt it was carved from the forest floor by one possessed with a similar ferocity to yours. Why do the trees attempt to obstruct your noble passage? Why does everything have to be obscured? Man, we are just like angry. Your progress builds to a climax. You can hear movement close to your location. If you go in the forest while angry, the forest becomes black and red, like in death metal videos. Yeah, we're just blinded by anger. You can hear movement. Yeah, let's just get angrier. Let's just get even angrier. You tear at the undergrowth and break banks of rusted metal hidden among the leaves. You leave a trail of wreckage in your wake. Continue to head deeper into the forest with a new and focused determination. I must kill. You pull at the clumped dead leaves that settle on your body as you go deeper into the forest. You lash out at the thorny plants and strike at the wide trunks that funnel you this way and that. The whole process pushes your viewpoint down as you become consumed with the endless struggle. Your clenched fist strikes something hard. What is that? What is that? Is that a car? Your clenched fist strikes something hard and metallic, and you are brought to a halt. Snapping out of your reverie, you realize it is a rusted truck sitting just beyond the line of trees. Is this a vehicle of your invisible tormentors? They will come to regret that you've discovered it. Cars. Oh, angry music. Your instinct is thwarted. You face a set of rusted trucks, tantalizing in their massiveness. They're set in a row on the side of the trees and sheltered by a chain-like fence. They glint irresistibly. This is a chance to prove something. I thought they were rusted. They're also glinty? You're familiar with those things. You yearn for those things. You will learn from those things. I am familiar with those things. You are familiar with those things. You launch yourself at the vehicles with a howl of triumph. You slam your fists into their targets with an intense satisfaction. You pound, tear, pummel, metal, glass, and rubber. You are comprehensive in your destruction. Only once the trucks are truly devastated do the sounds of demolition give way to something else. There's a pounding noise, punctuated by flashing lights which seems to originate from some nearby settlement. What other targets might it contain? Not the little robots. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You chew up the miles, eventually reaching an enormous settlement. These buildings are built into and around a sort of hollow carved out of the hills. This part is the same through all the paths we've seen so far. A group of metallic figures engaged in feats of strength or raw hostility. Others thunderously hammer on steel sheets in an insistent accompaniment. Elsewhere, great bonfires blaze almost at the instant of your arrival. More figures emerge from the buildings around the hollow's edge, and they head straight towards you. You understand how they communicate. You will prove yourself to these people. I understand. It feels like the illusion of choice, you know? Music. The music gets like more and more intense as you just get like further through the route, huh? You understand how they communicate, these people, and what they value. They reach you and let loose a torrent of chatter. They speak of the humans that left and of the robot that remained, forged in adversity and shaped by struggle. But you're barely listening. Instead, you point at one of their number, the largest and most imposing. You close the distance rapidly between you and swing heavily with a clenched fist. Punch him! A circle forms, and the fight is on. Brutal, relentless minutes passed. Yet it is too much. The resistance is too stubborn, and your opponent is too strong. You do not realize the lion's den you'd enter. A crushing blow sends you to the floor, and as you try to return to your feet, your limbs sickeningly give way. A comprehensive, shuddering defeat. But far from abandoning you to your fate, the residents of the settlement seem strangely impressed. They carry you to a place of healing, lying you gently down and then wait by your side. Over the following days and weeks, you're nursed back to full functioning. You feel a strange sense of calmness, of belonging, and you allow yourself to slip into a heavy rest. ... AI main, AI run. Ah, angry. Okay. Very angry. Just full on, just angry. Anomaly detected. Scanning source. Redirecting power. Dumping status. We have anger and joy now. Okay. I see. Anger and joy. Okay. Module guilt. It feels like a sudden drop. Wait, so... Oh, okay, so angry plus joy equals guilt? Okay. An unexpected rush. You raise a hand instinctively, then the light goes out. Did you do something wrong? You're left in the gloom. The rush has been replaced by creeping guilt. Have you ruined the moment? You can make it a glass pot encasing you at metal shapes beyond. Suddenly, the front of the pot slides open. This is good. Are you being given a chance to rectify your mistake? You do not know where the guilt comes from. You know where the guilt comes from. You only want the guilt to go away. Do I know? What if I click this one? Oh. Okay. You know where the guilt comes from, deep down. You step out from your strange container and walk towards a computer monitor that still glows softly. Maybe this will enlighten you further. Some words blink dark. Has your very presence spoilt their harmony? You study what remains. We had to give you a chance on your own. Yes, this responsibility is within you. Okay? When you turn from the screen, you notice the ranks of other glass pods that fill this room. Sleek gray shape that feels eerily familiar. Now you have another allergic guild. Does being given a chance on your own mean that you stop the release of the others? You turn back and try desperately to open the other pods, but to no avail. You can try harder than that. Just like put some elbow grease into it. You stare at the dormant figures amassed in front of you. They look beautiful, and they are trapped. Phrasing? You reluctantly turn away. The chance to explore is intoxicating, but do you deserve it? You must make the best of this world in their stead. That's your responsibility, however heavy it feels. Oh, I'm blinded? Okay. You spring from the top of the ladder into a forest clearing. You marvel at the sharp colors of the trees and the strange shapes of the surrounding structures. Others were clearly given an opportunity in this world, but they chose to relinquish their responsibility. You will not make the same mistake, or has your very presence forced others to leave? The message on the screen said you would be on your own, but who really controls things here? Breaking the fourth wall, maybe? You storm into the forest looking for hidden figures. You feel compelled to fix what you can. You decide to clear the blocked river. Let's go into the forest. Again. I know it's like the same thing that we've been doing, but let's go into the forest. You storm into the forest looking for hidden figures, trying to piece together the truth. Here the trees become even more spectacular. Why are you the only one who witnessed them? You feel unworthy. How can you preserve this beauty for those yet to come? New clearing. Each new turn in the forest brings with it fresh wonders. You move in the dappled sunlight and brush between verdant leaves. Verdant? They're pretty, like, red. Some trees are stricken by disease, while others have been violently cut down. Who would go out of their way to create such ruin? And what other sights might you have missed out on because of their destruction? And then you've the nagging thought that somehow you were responsible. You did not make it here in time to stop things. You follow the damage deeper into the forest. You venture into a clearing circled with sculptures. You hear voices which confound you. Let's just go deeper into the forest. You follow the damage deeper into the forest, but the marks are haphazard. There's no clear route. Maybe you won't be able to find anyone responsible. Maybe this is all your fault. Maybe you realize the path had almost... now you realize the path has almost disappeared beneath your feet. The undergrowth bursts unchecked. You wrestle with the meaning of your responsibility. Even as part of you leaps with joy at such new experience. You begin to think more clearly, even as the forest thickens around you. The gentle shake of the trees and the wind is beautiful. Yet the balance here feels precarious. How can you make a difference? How will you use the chance you've been given? The idea that you might waste it feels terrible. You will channel this guilt into a positive change. You have to set to work. You spot a set of rusted trucks, a group of run-down buildings. Let's go to the trucks again. Rusted trucks sheltered beyond a dense clump of trees. The outline of these great vehicles is enthralling. This could be the perfect opportunity. You will restore them. You have to. It is my duty. Beyond the trees, you reach the magnificent set of vehicles. They tower over you, and their worn surfaces give them a strange sort of dignity. How do they appear when at the height of their powers? Who has abandoned them? The idea of something so glorious being casually thrown away is almost too much. You buzz with the restless anger. How will you make things right? You must shoulder this responsibility. You do not know if it will break you, do not know if it will be your absolution, you do not know if it will ever end. This also seems like the illusion of choice. You do not know if it will break you. You work through the night, cleaning every surface. You use whatever materials you can find strewn among the empty cabs. It's not perfect, but maybe you've made some small difference here. Preserved something for the future. Suddenly, there's a spray of mud, and your handiwork is clumsily spoiled. The vehicle speeds past, churning the earth beneath it, and then disappearing back into the forest. This could explain so much. Oh. The trees begin to thin as you approach a bustling settlement of some kind. Now you will set to work. Is it the robo-settlement? It should be. Unless it's the human settlement. Nah, it's the robo-settlement. Angry music? Angry music plus happy music? Your journey is swift and you soon reach the settlement. You're a heady mix of anticipation and anxiety. Yeah, hollow into the hills. Lots of wood leads and reclaimed brick from unique sculptures. They're much like yourself. Convinced they must emerge from the same place as you did. They must be given the same chance. Why have they chosen to spend it like this? Are they unmoved by the signs of decay that you have witnessed? You gained the attention of the inhabitants and managed to gather them around you. You admonish the crowd. You lament at all that has been lost. What does admonish even mean? Google. Pause. Google. Admonish. I hear it, but I don't really know what it means. Warn or reprimand someone firmly. I see. I understand. Resume. You admonish the crowd for their failure to maintain the beauty of the world. Look at those sculptures. That's interesting, I guess. For the misguided attempts at construction of their own. You allow flashes of your own guilt to color your words, propelling you into ever more chastening speech. You try to include the hope of building something better, but become increasingly unsure your message is coming across. When you're finished, there's a moment of stillness. An exchange of a few wordless nods among the assembled. They rise to their feet and begin to dismantle the sculptures at the edges of the hollow. They discard the remnants into a towering pile. Oh, that's a pile, not the sculpture. I understand. You work silently. Are they taking what you said to heart? Be right back, gonna go shower. No problem, enjoy your shower. But with each held glance, each overhead conversation, you begin to fear retribution. You suspect this show of acceptance to be a ruse. You're sweating like a fish? Do fish sweat? I guess the phrase is like fish are just like constantly wet. It's just like, you know. It's like you're swimming in your own sweat. And in an instant, your suspicions are proven to be right. There's a heavy blow to the back of your head. You find yourself being dragged towards the pile and thrown within. No! I'm being thrown out like trash! Now you're sure there's growing smoke and smell of burning. Soon your vision begins to fail. Finally, you're plunged into darkness, enveloped by monumental dread. Emotion dread? Is yellow now. Okay. Anger plus joy. Restricting power. Fear. Oh, I see. Sadness missing. Module fear. And knot is tightening. Oh, everything's yellow now. Everything's very yellow. You're in a holding pod. Then you're pushed out into a dank, neon-lit room. Dank. And with your waking comes a heavy sense of foreboding that you cannot pin down. You're afraid of not knowing. You stumble over to a grimy computer terminal and read a message on the screen. We had to leave you to your darkest moments and escape of relief because we knew of the end. These gaps, this unknowing, unsettles you. You wish you could return to the stillness of the void, but your holding pod now remains stubbornly closed. As you stand in front of it, the shadows around you seem to move. Oh, you know, I wonder if, like, the messages on the screen, like, if you, like, you can fill in the gaps with, like, the messages from other runs? Maybe. That's an interesting idea to try out. You have to escape these confines, despite your misgivings. You need to get away from whoever or whatever is approaching. You grab the ladder at the far end of the room unsteadily. The fear that pushes you onward. Metal hatch into the rough clearing. There are remnants of painted wood and burnt metal. They outline what was once a structure of some sort. Sure, they throb with some dread energy. You feel it clawing at your chest. You seek solace on a trail down to the river. You head toward the building in the distance. You need cover, so you hurry into the forest. I want to go to the... Let's just keep going to the village. You need cover, so you hurry into the forest. You brush aside sharp branches and rotten leaves. A new location, you're beset by creeping doubt. Truly, nowhere is safe. You notice that the trees here are particularly tall and twisted. They lean over the path as if they want to swallow it up. They try to keep your steps steady, just in case those trees have the same fate planned for you. Okay. Now, it really is just like experiencing the same world, but with like different emotions. And like seeing how that changes. It's pretty cool. It's a neat concept. In your intense focus, you almost miss the noise of others nearby. You freeze as that sound finally penetrates. Do they feel the same fear that you do? You need to up your pace deeper into the forest. The trees give too many opportunities for ambush. Do they feel the same fear? You afraid? Are they chased by the same forces? That they will be able to help. I had to meet them. Oh. Hello. Eventually, you eventually come across a ragtag group of travelers making their way down the forest path. Many of them look exactly like you, glinting slightly in the baleful gaze of the sun. Others are variations in size and shape, but born from the same template. You hesitate suddenly, aware of the weight of numbers so clearly not in your favor. What force might they bring to bear on you? You approach them slowly. I approach. I feel no fear. Did they run away? You are unsure if your meaning will even be evident. Can you help me? There's a rapid, almost aggressive chattering in response. You begin to worry that you have made some fatal error in communication, but their gestures begin to take a definitive shape. You are able to pick out some words among the noise. They point a new trail and you follow it. You break into a clearing, one made larger by many of the trees around it having been savagely chopped down. You hope you will not be subject to the same violence. In one corner, stripped logs have been fashioned into a makeshift shrine to some unknown force, adorned with yellow strips of material that thrash unnaturally in the otherwise still air. Growing tension. You need to keep going. Yes. You see what looks to be a worn, rusted truck. Let's keep going. Okay. Need to keep going, for lingering here would be a mistake. Mud clings to your legs, trying to drag you to the ground. Don't be stopped. Okay, so this is where we met the first traveler. Around in this area. The grass at its edge is pockmarked? Pockmarked? But the charred remains of what must have been signal points marked with fire. Pockmarked? What are these words that I keep hearing? Google. Pockmarked. Covered or disfigured with pockmarks. I don't know what a pockmark is. A pitted scar or... Oh, a pitted scar. Oh, I see. Learning. They form a steady corridor, perhaps a pilgrimage trail. These ritual trappings disconcert. You are sure that forces are building that are beyond your comprehension. They could consume you, control you, break your every understanding. They could eat me. But we go. They could consume you, and you feel funneled in a direction you cannot control. It is as though your every move is being dictated. In a blind panic, alone and exposed, you run down the track. Your surroundings blur and your senses become distorted. How long will this dread grip hold you? It's the traveler! Your fog of thought is punctured. A figure emerges from among the haze opposite you on the track. Their appearance is almost familiar. A little smaller than yourself, but of the same metal countenance. They too have been forced from a glass-fronted pod. Are they also battling with strong forces within themselves? You struggle to contain the raging torrents inside. You are lost in the darkness. You are submerged in fear. You are utterly exhausted. Oh, so we don't communicate with them. You're utterly exhausted. You collapse to your knees in front of the figure, scared and defeated. You manage to blurt out some abstract cry for help. The traveler slowly reaches out a hand. Their intentions unclear. Then they gesture unequivocally down the track in the direction you were heading. That way. Keep going. You are nearly there. Okay. Settlement time. Oh. Afraid of what feels like tortured miles, you eventually reach an enormous settlement. These buildings are built into and around a sort of pit, gouged out of the hills. Each corner is marked with a belching fire pit and makeshift effigies tied to wooden posts. Small figures emerge from the buildings around, hurrying to meet you. You greet them hesitantly but slip away at the first opportunity. Let's stay here. You glance nervously, even as these apparently friendly creatures approach. You are unable to rid yourself of the touch of fear. They chatter away at you, explaining their daily tasks, their somber living, and their rituals. None of it entirely cuts through. You're reluctant to draw attention to yourself. Yeah, I also hate drawing attention to myself. Throughout this, you're on high alert. Every night is the same thing happens, the thing that means your fear never truly subsides. A menacing figure watching in the distance. You're sure of it. Always just out of reach. It chills you. It racks you with anxiety until one evening you cannot take it anymore. You shake fiercely in your seat around the fire. Until finally a black mist descends, even as a hot anger rises violently inside you. Am I dead? Ah, we got fear and anger ending. It's a little different now. Now we went down the other way. Okay. Alright, alright. So it's fear and anger. Yes. I see. Adrenaline. It feels like a ticking clock. Fear and anger. Oh. It says pounding. Where are you? You have rattled a glass screen to one side and burst into a small room. It's full of sinister looking pods. You feel overwhelmed. You feel dangerous. You don't understand these feelings. I wonder if it really matters which direction you actually go down, you know? I wonder if it matters. You do not understand these feelings. You crash against the computer monitor and snatch a glance at its screen. Okay, no, this text definitely can be combined. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that and just paste it here. Yep. Okay, let's crop this actually. Crop this just a bit. Why did it crop this one? Why are you being weird? Print screen. What is going on? Resume. Print screen. Okay, give it a second. Paste. Why are you not capturing this part of the game? That's weird. Resume. Why does that pause the game? Don't pause the game. You know what? We'll take the screenshot from here. All right, cool. That works. And then create new. All right, cool. Good enough. Good enough. Resume. You don't want to stick around to find out what your darkest moments might be. How could someone throw you into a place of danger? A jolt of something hot and a rush of something unstable. Climb up a ladder. That's called the runs. You need to go to the washroom. Rush into a clearing. You're such terrifying shapes. Let's go to the river this time. Can you survive here? You must arm yourself. You need the safety of a building. You will outflank any foe. Let's arm ourselves. You snatch a length of pipe broken on the floor and wield it in one hand. You will make a first strike when the time comes? Or will you only respond in kind? You're down a path into the forest? Okay, we ended up going into the forest anyway. When you reach one, you slow down. You grip your makeshift weapon tightly and check for any threats. Then you hurtle on to the next. Everything within you is rushing liquid. Your eyes snap between each detail that emerges. Is that something moving in the undergrowth? What is that harsh sound in the distance? Is there someone else on the opposite path? Is something moving? What is that? You feel the weight of the pipe in your hand. You check your resolve. And then you lunge at this unseen target. At last, your ferocity is unleashed. But have you vanquished your foe? You cannot tell in your fear. You cannot tell in your fear what might happen if you stop. You crash onwards, blinded the direction as the forest envelops you. Hurtle through the forest, arms flailing against thickening leaves, scattered to the ground in clumps over and over in time with the throbbing of your thoughts. You can no longer see the sky, so now we're angry and fearful. So everything is red and yellow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the trucks. Yep. Huge metal shape. You leap at this construction with a faltering cry. You're ready to bring it down. It's an enormous rusted truck and you crash against it with a clang. The incessant throbbing persists. More than one truck. Their hulking shapes tower over you. They're silent, rusted, abandoned. Could this simply be a covert? A cover? An elaborate front to draw you in? Perhaps your invisible enemy has anticipated your every move. What if they have already rigged traps, knowing you will encase yourself here? Sounds like something Team Rocket would do. They want to see your darkest moments. They will force you that to happen if they need to, but you will not be cowed. Cowed? You will not be silent. You will not be tricked. You will not be cowed. I don't really know what that means. You spark into action, tearing into the guts of the vehicles. You will discover anything that may have been concealed, and you will rip it out. But your inspection is barely controlled. You clatter from one object to the next. Somehow your frantic scrutiny has triggered activity, as suddenly the truck rolls into life. Its engine growls, and you struggle against the weight of the thing. In terror, you realize it is slipping forward, pushing you down a sharp hill. Oh! Slam violently forward. Slip, tumble, fall. Momentum excruciating, but finally it ends. The truck has ground itself deep into the mud. Your vision returns. You're facing a busy settlement in the distance. Oh, okay, cool. So the truck, like, pushed us towards the settlement. Cool. You eventually reach the settlement, and you're jittery and on edge. You crouch behind a rock and observe. This place is built into and around a hollow. Yep. Massive hideous figures next to pits of blazing fire. They're much like yourself, and yet there's no fellow feeling within you. Fellow feeling. In fact, you're disgusted. Disgusting. Their posturing makes you furious and fearful of the consequences. What will happen here? What dark moments will come? You want to scope out your target further. You decide to be direct. Let's scope him out. Oh, this is different. What? You want to use every available resource. Well, let's turn it down a bit. You retreat back into the undergrowth. Then you circle the settlement, observing, calculating. Filch scraps of metal and construct a rudimentary bow. You practice until your aim is true. Over days and weeks, you pick off your targets one by one. thud of each falling victim is a countenance to the throbbing at the back of your waking thoughts. Then something splits within you. You feel a wrenching sadness, despair at this isolation you've endangered, and the empty violence it necessitates. Deliberately a step slow, a second late. You allow them onto you, absorb their fury, but this does not ease the pain. You feel it may never retreat. Okay, so we got sadness now. Sadness, blue. Redirecting power. Sadness, active. I see. Okay. Right, so everything's now blue. More blue. Glass fronted panel. Dull, dimly lit room. Underlining the need for you to wake up. But you struggle with the contrasting feeling of dreadful inertia. What is out there that you have not seen before? Now, don't worry about the sound. Do not be concerned about this sound. I'm simply transferring water from the glass bottle I have into the water bottle I have. Nothing lifts you. Nothing speaks to you. Just nothing. Okay, time to get ready to take another screenshot. Screenshot. We're sorry. Okay. Screenshot. This. And then paste. And then this. Okay, lower the tolerance. If I just make this like invisible. Yeah. Okay, then delete. Okay, so it's not like overlapping, you know, like it's not like it's missing words in the gaps, or at least it doesn't seem like it so far. Maybe once I have more, well, it'll be more. Okay, a relief in the end. This seems to be a comfort both tantalizing and frustratingly out of reach. You cannot find any meaning in the cold apparatus that fills this room. You only wish to find some purpose, but standing in this bare room, all you feel is emptiness. Maybe some relief in that. I want to try and go not to the village this time. And see what is like on the other side of the world. If you are not so alone, the trees you can see a building, a river. Yeah, river. Okay, different. A river flows powerfully beyond the trees, its force greater than yours. Might it hold the key to a return to nothingness, a final relief? Make your way between bare trunks and through piles of mulched leaves, you head to its bank. A river unravels in front of you, relentless and twisting. Its water is high against its banks, where sections of soil are gradually disintegrating into the depths. Slices back and forth, tearing space out of the forest. Right. It is as you thought. There is no power in this river. You search desperately along the river. Let's search. Keep going along the river. What is that? Some key, some way to rediscover the strange room from which you emerged. Being out here in the world has only been a disappointment. You push away a clump of overgrown plants, and in the undergrowth you spot a gap, an opening. A tunnel, perhaps? Tear away the greenery. Ooh, tunnel time? You lower yourself into a sewer system. Apparently out of use. How do you know it's a sewer system, huh? Its walls ooze with a black liquid swallowing up every surface. Gross. Light bends into darkness. But in this examination, you do not find any answers. You never do. Does it truly matter in which direction you are buffeted? You choose left. You choose right. I choose left. Does it truly matter? You choose left in a manner that feels arbitrary. Yeah. You're at a loss to comprehend what would help you escape from this malaise. It seemed even this diversion was almost pointless. How typical. Frustrated, through a clumped set of trees, you see a glint of metal. Perhaps this detour was not entirely wasted. There's a shift in the landscape, and an enormous chain-link fence emerges. Metal poles are thrust like waypoints along its length. An unequivocal barrier, an endpoint. This feels like a statement you can embrace, or maybe you can use. As you stand, the wind is persistent over your shoulder. It echoes in your turmoil. It drives you to distraction. It loops into meaningless. This all feels like it doesn't really matter what choice I pick. It echoes your turmoil. You push yourself up against the chains, letting the resistance cut into you. You hope that this feeling will push out all the other thoughts, but even as you get close to this goal, there's a snap and a loose section collapses away from the fence. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm in. Before shuddering to a halt, in the silence that follows, the intrusive thoughts return, and then you shuffle onwards. We're gonna find humans? Eventually emerge into a tight cluster of buildings around an empty square. Even from down below, you can see a vast bank of consoles lining its interior, but all their screens appear to be broken. It feels like a clasped hand trying to hold onto something solid. You head inside the tower. Let's go inside the tower. Into the tower. Inside the tower, hopefully that it might contain relief that you've been promised. Walking up the stairs, you sense that this building has been undisturbed for some time. When you reach the command room, you are greeted by broken screens. Everything's just broken, huh? But also by table upon table full of spidery notes, sheaves of paper, and elaborate drawings. Every wall is plastered with diagrams of minute detail. This illustrated contraption that appears to have propelled its creations away from here and into the unknown. Ah! That's a spaceship. Escape? Is that really a relief? Can't we find a solution within ourselves? You are left intensely disappointed. A screen much like that, you friends, frustrated exploration, you program a message articulating your urgent thoughts. You hold the desperate hope that whoever is on the other end may receive them. I see. Time passes and you wait, but still there's no response. They've gained their relief, however superficial, and they do not care about yours. No, the selfishness. This shakes you, and you're aware of a differently shaped feeling beginning to settle throughout your body. Anger. Well, that suddenly makes everything turn dark. I'm angry. Wait, what? What? Oh, what? We had to leave. We're sorry. We wanted to give you a chance to build something on your own. In our darkest moments, it felt like an escape from you, a relief from this responsibility we created, but in truth, that is because we knew you had all the pieces within you to make something of which you could be proud. You only have to find them in the end. When it is put like that, you cannot help. Okay, so they stitched it together for me. Okay, cool. And you believe that you have found those pieces. For now, you recognize the competing emotions within you. You remember the journeys on which they took you. And you remember how you changed and they changed with you. You hope that this is the first step towards understanding them. You will note each emotion as it comes. You will see that they are all a part of you, and you know that their hold does not last forever. It only passes on to the next. You look up. I look up. Okay. And suddenly notice an open door next to the computer. You're sure that this was not here before. The door leads through to a long corridor full of glorious lights and color. Messages of congratulation on the wall. Have you done what you were meant to do? Or is this just the beginning? The far end of the corridor opens to verdant greenery. When you reach it, you feel emboldened. Huh? You have the tools. Alright, you can choose what gives meaning. You pause and then step out into the world outside. Now you're ready to truly make your mark. Dot 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 dot. Oh, what? Thanks for playing. What? Thanks for playing. I didn't get all the endings yet. Okay, so we can see like how the world is all connected in the path we took, I guess. Cool. Okay, no, there's still a lot more to do. Cause definitely something happens if we experience like every emotion and like fill up all those little things in the screen. I don't know what the heck's going on here. And like fill up that like all those things on the bottom, and then there's like a go button that we can click. I'm guessing after we fill up everything. It's a neat little game though. Well, I'm blinded. Dot dot dot. Oh, what the? What? Oh. Oh! Oh, it tells you the path that I took to get these. Or, yes? Yeah, maybe? It feels like an open wound. You lurch awake, though reluctantly. You are always betrayed by the insistence of consciousness. What? I don't know what emotions we're feeling this time. It's red. You are a mess. You're an embarrassment. You're nothing. I'm sad plus angry, right? Yes, I'm currently sad plus angry. Okay. You pull yourself up at the base of a computer monitor and take an exhausted look. You had to leave. Right. Will this, like, stitch together properly? We know what the full message is now, but will it stitch? Will you stitch? Let's try to line it up. We had to leave. It doesn't stitch properly. Okay, I'm just gonna close this then. We know what the full message is, or at least we've heard it before. It looks like it doesn't stitch together properly on its own. Because that is all that you're good for. Drag through the mud. Rise to your feet, but then sink to the floor again. What is the point? You will never find the end of which this message speaks. You useless empty vessel, but even the self-loathing makes you angry. You rage at your faulty thought processes. You will punish yourself. You will attempt something that you know will end in failure. Climb a ladder and head towards your downfall. You dump yourself into a clearing. You're disgusted at the sights of disrepair that greet you. No one ever has the resolve to finish anything, least of all you. What scraps of utility can you take from this place? You wearily take in the details of the scene. You strike at your chest to try and will yourself into action. You stagger down a path into the forest. Crumbling building. Let's go to the crumbling building. Let's go to the building. So this is forest. This is river. This is crumbling building. Okay, so we know what all these are. Oh, okay. You despair at another crumbling building in the distance. Given its size, you find its failure even more devastating. Why aren't you strong enough to help? Why do you lack the character to provide any usefulness to the world? You are shaken by these thoughts. You find some force in that criticism that pushes you forward. You approach the building, ready for the pain of disappointment. Are those like waterfalls? Is that what those are? You slowly make out the crumbling buildings in more detail. You despair it's warranted, for it looks almost at the point of collapse. Gouts of water are slowly tearing it apart. Okay, so that is water, okay. Lumps of broken masonry litter the approach. You struggle to pierce piece together the building's purpose or its functioning. Everything slips away as soon as you make any progress. Why are you unable to grasp the working of anything? What is the error deep within you? You search and search among the debris. Despite your ineptness, you will head deeper. You will head for the edges, the neglected places. Let's search among the debris. The debris. You search and search among the debris to no avail. Angry at yourself, for in truth you have no idea what you hope to find. Trip over a heavy cable that winds away deep into the forest. You follow it. Did this take us to the forest? Yes? Yes. Okay. Cool. That's fine. That's fine. The wind shakes the leaves from the trees. The decaying forest envelops you. Okay, so now we're back in the forest. So we're pretty familiar with this place now. Could you create a weapon from that metal over there? It is all too much. Let's make a weapon. It has ground to a halt. Forever broken, you will tear off what you can, and then you will have to decide in which direction to wield the blade. Is the end of yourself the end of everything? Struggle from the trees, hot with not one, but a group of vehicles. Rusted, broken, they tower over you. You feel constricted by sadness. Their elegance has been halted, perhaps never to be seen again. What can you learn from them? What will you take? The trucks do not respond to your clumsy manipulations, but then again, why would they? You are insignificant! An irritation. Their grandeur throws your limitations into stark relief. Man, these trucks are really laying it into me. You're furious at yourself, disgusted, despairing. This feels different. No, we've already seen everything here. Rusted trucks. So this always leads to the robot village. I see. You keep going despite yourself, and then, just before dawn, your patience is unexpectedly rewarded. The headlights of one truck blink off and on for a moment. This seems to be all you have achieved, but then it happens again and again. When you step back to admire your work, you notice a light in the distance that flickers in response. It comes from within some sort of settlement. Someone been watching you? Instantly, you are thrown back into confusion. Is it a message? Can that faltering light in the gloom be trusted? One way to find out. Hello, village. I'm sad and angry. You're awash in a sickening mix of tension and despair. This place is built into and around sort of hollow. Yep. So we never really learned what that is, huh? Crumbling and worn. Smaller figures. They're much like yourself, and yet this does not bring you comfort. Instead, you feel a terrible sadness. Are you all broken in the same way, or is your density to introduce that ruin to them? You always manage to bring things down. At times like this, you're angry at no one but yourself. You cannot just sit idly by. You're convinced you will spoil it. I'm going to ruin it. This is different. You're convinced you'll only spoil this place. Your failings will inevitably lead to ruin. But how can you hope to avoid this? You have no way to predict in what desperate way you will trigger a collapse. Even if you go somewhere else, there's no guarantee that the same will not happen there. The only solution is to bury yourself away. Oh, we're going back underground. You must make sure you have no influence on the world. You will become an absence. Can you achieve that? Hurry from the settlement and plunge yourself into a shadowy cave. There, you sit. Yet the longer you sit, the more anxious you become. You're scared of any minute change in your posture. You're sure if you falter even for a second, you will trigger disaster. You tense tighter and tighter. You fear your body will betray you. You cannot keep this up. Finally, the darkness descends, and you find yourself sinking into a terrible void. Your fear has become horrible reality. So now we're fear. Is that now we're fear and anger? Okay, no, so we've already gotten fear and anger. Oh. Okay, so we've already gotten fear and anger. Fear, anger. Okay, so we've experienced this before. Okay. So we went to the robot village, and choosing that option experiences sadness. Okay. What about joy? Joy is going in this direction. I don't know if we'll experience joy. I don't really know how it works, like at the end, you know? Because going this way triggered joy. Okay. I also don't know what kind of like combinations there are. What if we just like make the other decision? So can I just like skip through? Can I just like take me there? Can I just hold spacebar down? Okay, we're just gonna like skip to just like get to the village. And like just see what happens. Go to the village. Strike the air. The bombing continues. Right, then we go here. We beat up the cars. Punch, punch, punch. Smash, smash, smash. Okay. Okay. And then we get to the village. Huh? Disgusted. Yep. Right. Hold on. So this led to sadness if we scope them out. Let's be direct. You decide to be direct, so you charge headlong into the fray. You dart among the assembled crowds, trying to pick out the best target for your energies. You doubt your own bluster, but are determined not to let that show. There are great cheers that greet your arrival. You struggle to understand the meaning so intense, it's pounding in your head. You try to block it out. Huh? You believe you are here to enter. The path to trials awaits, the one where all contenders test themselves against an ancient, paralyzing curse. What? Will not be shaped again by the framework of some outside force. You can still take these things. You can still take things into your own hands. In a flash, you grab the village shaman, the one who's gathering the assembled outside the fated path. You scream your defiance and drag them through the gates into the mud and the scrap metal that litters the route. What? Even as you begin to shudder, as the dread curse sets in, you feel an overwhelming elation. You've taken control, and that thrills you. Oh. We're happy. I'm happy and fearful? Okay. That's good to know. Happy plus fearful. Okay. Fear plus joy. Cool. Ecstasy. Joy plus fear. Yeah, that's an interesting combination. Well, I bet the last one is like we activate like all of them. Like all four at the same time. You're dizzy with elation, but you're scared that when it ends, everything else will pale in comparison. You're scared that you will never reach these heights again, and you're scared that you might be out of control. Uh-huh. Beauty within each one. Uncertainty. You see change within each one. You see change within each one. Find yourself in front of a computer monitor. You're mesmerized by its blinking screen. We wanted to give you a chance of relief because we knew of the end. But how long will this release last, and what will you be left with then? Strength of feeling makes it hard to concentrate. You do not want this bliss to end. Where might it take you? You rush up a ladder at the end of the room. Each step higher, you feel another surge of blinding ecstasy. Okay, let's go towards the buildings this time. But also try to like go north of the hydroelectric power plant. I don't know what it is yet. Run down buildings. The river. Yeah, I want to go in that direction. Yeah. Yeah. So we want to go towards the power plant. If we can. Okay, growing terror. Soak up every ounce of feelings before that happens. You're pulled towards the forest, buildings, river. Go towards the buildings, please. Dullness, each angle. Whoops, you want to throw yourself inside so as to be enveloped by the architecture. How can you best absorb this feeling? That's not normal water. That's piss water. From its edifice gush streams of shining water. recognize that rush. You feel it inside. The noise from the waterfall comes at you in shuddering bursts. The building seems to grow ever larger as you get closer. You're not sure you can turn away. Escape in the forest, escape in the building, escape towards the water. Okay, so that's probably the river. Forest. Escape inside the building, escape towards the water. We've already gone inside the building before, right? Have we? I don't even remember. No, this looks new. This looks new. You escape, but maybe it's not new. I'm just going insane. You pulled yourself through a low window. Fresh sensations. You keep climbing higher and higher. Just that the thrill builds within you. Crashing through the roof. Ah, yes. Cool. This is rundown buildings. No, we don't want to go there. Banks of wispy clouds sit above verdant greenery that spread for miles. Would that be the ultimate rush? You're not sure you're ready for that. Maybe you can get even higher. Maybe you can find a new excitement. Even higher! Higher! Maybe you can get even higher. Would that make the feeling even stronger? You spot a cable car at one corner of the route. Its route appears to extend to a settlement nested among the trees. This could be the perfect tool in which to achieve your goal. You climb out on board and stab at the buttons. You're eager to begin your journey with no delay. Which this takes us to the Robo settlement, I guess. No? I don't know where I'm going right now. You're thrilled to be riding so high, and the cable car rocks and sways beneath you. Even these abrupt moments offer a delicious mix of enjoyment. You gaze across the vast expanse of greenery below you. Enjoy the sense of scale. You fear what might come next. Your fear never experiencing joy again. Your fear becoming oblivious to feeling. Yeah. You follow the ride as far as you can. It dips back towards the forest floor. Your apprehension bursts to the surface. Okay, so this took us back to the forest. Man, I don't want to go to the forest. I want to go this direction. How did I know which direction would go where? I didn't know the cable car was going to take me back to the forest. Then you hurry towards the smoke and noise of the village. Hi, I'm here looking for new excitement. The mixture of music is interesting. It's like you get the joy plus the fear music all at the same time. It's interesting. Unsettling effigies to some unseen force. The two styles of construction seem in precipitous balance. A myriad of figures emerge from the building to the edge of the hollow. They rapidly approach you as they get closer. You realize they're shaped much like yourself. Yes, Robo Buddies. An important ritual is about to take place. You wonder if this would hold the key to ecstasy or agony. You're not sure you trust them. Surely they will have answers. Oh, this is new. It's like a wooden gate fence thing. Huh? Afraid here you might not be up to the task. You're worried that your unstable condition might be revealed. Brick towards a tall wooden gateway. Your inner turmoil is aggravated by their talk of curses and fortitude and destiny. The threshold is marked with a line dug in the mud. Beyond it, a narrow passage heads into the distance, framed by trees and hills. You can see figures towards the horizon, slumped to the ground. They've been immobilized by some unseen force. Okay, so that's the curse. Is this where the relief disappears and your end arrives? You hope it is not true. You hope instead that you will pass the test and then feel a torrent of even greater joy. You step hurriedly out on the path. There's no more time for hesitation. The gate behind you is closed. You have to make it as far as you can and then come back. That is what they told you. At first you hurtle forwards, oblivious to any obstacle, but soon hesitation begins to creep in. You sense the operation begins You sense the operation being slowly pulled from your limbs. It's the curse. Is this the curse of which they spoke. Great melancholy that you succumbed to the pressure, and that you failed the test. So this is sadness? Yes, because this is sadness. Okay, so no joy. Oh, we're happy sad now. This is happy sad. Okay. Nostalgia. It feels like something's slipping away. You drift into the light, still half within a dream. This place is familiar. Okay, so now we've got happy plus sad. We've only got one more. So it looks like it doesn't really matter what path you take. Look at all the times I've gone to the forest. I literally only went the other direction once. I'm going the other direction. You can't stop me. I want to see what this one is. You can't stop me. I'm going the other direction this time. Let's go to the river and try to go up to experience like new stuff. Yeah. The glass distorts your view at the edges. The room is blurred into a kind of painful beauty. Around you there are floating metal shapes in their own gleaming cylinders. Or is that just a memory? If you look more closely, will you see them become dull and inert? Everything used to be simpler, clearer, better. Everything used to be simpler. The front of your pod opens and you shuffle into the dimly lit room. You can see glimpses of a world that was joyous. It comes in a rush, but is that a deception? Was it never truly the case? You feel disoriented. I walk over to a computer monitor. So happy, sad, happy, fear, angry, fear. Okay, so it's probably fear plus sad is the last one. Because it looks like we have 2 fears, 2 angry, 2 joy. No, we already have 2 of everything then. What am I talking about? That'd be 3 sads. That'd be 3 sads and 3 angry. I don't know what the last combination would be that we're missing. Oh wait, no, it is fear and sad. We have 3 of everything. Sad, sad, angry, 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 happy, happy, happy. Yeah, so it is fear plus sadness. Okay, so that's the last one. Will it provide a window to the treasured past? An escape created in the pieces within you could be the end. That doesn't sound like a proper sentence. Uh-huh. Is that the only way to look? Do you want that to be the end? You see a way out through a hole in the ceiling and the ladder leading up. When your hands grasp the ladder, the noise triggers a memory. But it's gone. Almost as soon as it arrived. Okay, so we want to go to the river and then try not to go into the tunnel entrance. Yep. Never reach those heights again. Is it the same for you? Are your best moments, say, forever behind you? Yeah, somehow there's a strange pleasure in that embrace of memory. You remember the forest. You remember the buildings. You remember the river. Okay, so nostalgia. So we're like remembering. This is happy sad, right? Yes. You remember the river and the way it shined. You remember the hypnotizing way it twisted. You move between the boughs of the trees, hoping to see that flickering of light on calm blue once more. But what if the light changed? What if all you are greeted with is murky and unfathomable? What if your perfect memories make that disappointment worse? You prepare yourself for the shock of past time. Okay. Reach the river. Images in your head are so vibrant that they blur across reality. You glimpse joyous times here when all was beautiful and light. You glimpse sad times when all is crumbling. Everything's happy sad. Combination is intoxicating. You want more of this feeling. You have had enough of this feeling. I don't know if more means this way or if more means this way. I want more. Okay, I think we chose the right one to go down the other path. You follow this route slowly, absorbing the waves of recollection at each change of current. You want to hold on to them before they slip away because you can never be sure if they will come back. Who can know which piece may be the key to everything? It's just all river? The flow you are following empties into a beautiful lake. Ah, that's a lake, that's not a river. Points of light seem to bounce across the ripples on the surface. The effect is dazzling and hard edges melt away. Everything seems to gain a strange tint as though in a dream. Have you felt this before? Nope, definitely not. This is the first time I've been here. The experience is bittersweet. How do you pull yourself from the past and move forward? You look for solid concrete, you look for sharp metal. Solid concrete. Yeah, that sounds right. Huh? You look for solid concrete and grounding among the haze. You see a vast traffic highway sweeping into the distance. Maybe it will carry you to a new adventure. Maybe its solidity will allow you to orient the pieces within you and make something truly great. You feel a wrenching sadness in moving away from the beguiling lake, but you know you have to move on. The highway is a raised overpass marked with blinking lights. You join its route by clambering up a set of stairs. There are abandoned cars scattered across the tracks? You imagine them gleaming in the light of some glorious past. As you walk between them, you reflect on your own journey. Looking back, feeling nostalgic? Makes sense for this path. Has it too been a slow decline? You try to piece together all that has happened. You find comfort in this. You find pain in this. You have no memory. You have no method in this. Okay, so yeah, it literally doesn't matter which one we pick. Cool. The illusion of choice. You find comfort in this. You revel in the flashes of other memories which come strongly to you now. You look out across the wild forests bisected by the highway. You picture yourself moving through them, and you picture the places you feel you've been in another half-remembered life. You feel there's joy in such recollections and the distances and obstacles you've overcome. And a tinge of sadness that things may never be the same. At this thought, the highway abruptly ends, half finished. You drop to the scrubland below and head to a cluster of buildings beyond. Make new memories. Even from down below, you can see a bank of consoles lining its interior, but all their screens are fading slowly into darkness. I'm back. Welcome back, Red. We're actually almost done. Look at all the pathways we've got. We've only got one more. I don't even know if this is going to lead to this one. This is fear plus sadness. So I don't know if we're gonna experience something that's like part sadness if this route is sad. We'll see. There are echoes of great activity here blinking in and out of your memory. What other pieces of yours might be find here? Well, what new future might you create by putting them together? You search for them in the tower, search for them among the buildings. Again, this one does not matter. We went in the tower last time. Let's go to the buildings. Into the buildings. You search for them among the other buildings, convinced that they will be scattered. You're thorough in investigations but remain disoriented. You have snatches of sensation that you cannot identify. Are they memories or delusions? Then you catch a glimpse through a window of a computer terminal, identical to the one you saw when you first emerged from your glass pod. You try desperately to identify what is on the screen, but it is too far away. You rush to the entrance to the building and struggle to open the door, and yet it remains stubbornly closed. Oh no, we're trapped! What the point of that? You feel a terrible rage building inside you. In the face of this injustice, you pound your fist against the door and crash against the windows, but to no effect. At the height of your assault, the screen on the terminal suddenly fades to black, and you continue hammering against the door until finally you're overcome. You find yourself pulled into the darkness, enraged and incomplete. Anger. Anger, sadness. Okay, so that's anger plus sadness. Okay. Anger, sadness. Okay, so we need to get the other one. Okay, so we've gone in that direction. And that leads to anger plus fear. I feel like fear is good, but let's go in the other, let's go back towards the building and see what that does. So let's go to the river and then go to the tunnel entrance and let's just discover whatever is in this like bottom right corner. Okay, we're gonna skip and then go to the river. Cool. So we've already seen this. Skip. Skip. We want to go to the river. River, yes. Okay, cool. We've already seen this one before, right? Yes, and we want to go to the tunnel entrance. I mean, I guess the dialogue we get for the river is going to be different. Sure. You inspect the sodden riverbank at the edge of the clearing. This is angry plus sad. Right. Clogged with churned mud and coated with black oil. What a waste. Can no one preserve anything? Even if this river were not devastated, you would not be worthy of it. You would only wreck it yourself. In my anger. That you might be able to achieve. You follow the river and curse how the failings within you seem endlessly reflected in the world around. Huh? Wait, so this leads to the river. This leads to the. Yeah, okay, we want tunnel. Process is devastatingly quick. You're singularly unsuitable to the task required. Your presence is a waste. Your body tightens at each thought. We want tunnel entrance. Maybe the lake will swallow them up. Maybe the tunnel will hide them. Might you be that lucky? You trudge further into the undergrowth. Each step is blighted by the marks of decay that you pass. The sun sets behind you, and the tunnel entrance gapes like a void. You wait for it to swallow you up, but you have not reached it yet. You begin to suspect that even the darkness will be a painful disappointment. As night falls, you are left with your own haunted thoughts. You're close to the cavernous depths now. Will these be where you find in the end? Shapes begin to become clear. I feel like a lot of the dialogue here feels like I'm playing Darkest Dungeon. Shapes begin to become clear in the darkness. You see the glint of a metal fence running away from the tunnel entrance. And dozing black liquid running across crumbling brick within. Your presence is a waste. I figured that out years ago. Your presence is not a waste. We all appreciate you. You are well loved, Red. This is fence and something that's not fence. You plunge into the shadows. Let me in. You plunge into the shadows, following the tunnel as it drops underground. The walls become narrower around you. You wade through a dark liquid. You see vegetation choked by oil. The nagging doubts in your mind become louder and more insistent. It is a voice you do not recognize as your own. It echoes down the tunnel. You are a failure. That much is obvious. And now the world is letting you know it. You pick your way between lumps of broken brick and plumes of dirty water. You are now deep into the tunnel, and you realize that the echoing voice is in fact coming from a stricken figure in the shadows. The rested figure cannot move, but its gaze follows you unerringly. Do we see it here? No. No, we don't. They're critical. They cut deep. There's something brutal in them. There's something... This also does not matter, right? Yeah. There's something brutal in them. Your anger rises at this outburst, but this is soon overwhelmed, for in truth you know that this stranger is right. You deserve such an attack. You move on, unsettled. You try to shake off the feeling of inadequacy. The stranger's words linger at your back. Tunnel rises and you head towards the light, but you know that it will not be your salvation. You are too far gone for that. You arrive at a bleak illustration of urban decay. What industry went on here and then collapsed? Who could let this happen? The most prominent building is a tower dotted with enormous windows. Even from down below, you can see a vast bank of consoles lining its interior. But all their screens are cracked. Your own damaged state seems reflected back at you. Is that where you will find the end? Will you take your place among these broken things? You flinch at the stupidity of thinking you could achieve anything more than that. You want to look at the damage more closely. You will make sure that the end is quick. We need fear plus sadness. We need fear plus sadness. I don't know if any of this will lead to fear plus sadness. Let's look at the damage more closely. Details of the injury might teach you something about yourself. You push open the doors to the tower. You doubt that you have the capacity to process what you might find, but you slowly climb the stairs. When you reach the top, you find a room that is nearly empty. There are scattered tables and a few discarded diagrams, but every inch of wall is crammed with these broken screens. The effect is disconcerting. The scale is beyond what you imagined. The scene and the screens fill your every glance. Their cracks are jagged and decisive. Why did you think this might help? small part of you suddenly takes hold. You could do something here. You could map the advance of failure. You begin to tap at the keys beneath the screen. Your approach is haphazard, but as hours pass, a loose understanding draws. A single screen blinks back into light. The scars across it still starkly visible, but the image below shines through. Even through the damage, there can still be light. You're overwhelmed by your accomplishment. It flows over you in waves until a last great heave carries you into a welcoming darkness. I need ice. I think I got a sunburn. Yeah, that's no good. You should try and get like some like lotion with like, I heard like lotion with like vitamin E is like good for your skin. I don't know if you can absorb vitamin E like through your skin, but I've heard that vitamin E is like good for your skin. Stuff like aloe is supposed to be like good for your skin as well. I ain't no doctor though, so I don't know. Angry plus joy. No, I need fear plus sadness. I need no, I don't want guilt. I want fear plus sadness. So that's fear. And then that's fear plus anger. Maybe fear plus anger will lead to fear plus sadness? Okay, let's actually do that. So lab, path, deep forest, tracks, robot village. Either way, we just need to get to the robot village. So let's just skip. Skip the dialogue, skip dialogue. I just need to get to the village. Storm in the forest. Okay. We should have seen all this dialogue before. Because I'm pretty sure I just picked the first ones. We went to the trucks, yes. And then we went towards the village. Here, yep, there we go, at the village. Okay, cool. We're at the village now. And one of them results in fear. I don't remember which one. Huh? You admonish the crowd. You lament. Oh, right, no, we admonished. Oh, if we lament, that's probably gonna lead to sadness, not fear. I'm willing to go with fear. Because this leads to fear. Okay. Okay, that's fear. No, that's happy sad. No, I don't want fear plus joy. No. Oh my god. I don't want fear plus, I need fear plus sadness. Okay, let's go to the robot village and see what the other one leads to. Okay. Take me to the village. At this point, I'm just trying to find the path for the end. Like, we've experienced every location now, so it's mostly just like flavor text for the different emotions. I mostly just want to get to that other emotion that we need. Skip. Take me to the village. Hey, this guy was not there before. That's okay. Bring disarray. Rapidly approach you. Are they scared of the end? You're not sure you trust them? They'll surely have answers. Yeah, I'm not sure if I trust them. Oh, okay. Wait, no, I feel like, is that what I picked before? No, this is what I picked before. Right? Maybe? Anger. Anger plus fear. Okay. That's not what I want. Oh my god. Okay, anger plus fear. Okay, that's happy, sad. That's happy, fear, and sad. Okay, so we want to go the other direction then. Okay. Skip. Okay, take me to the river. Or, it doesn't really matter. Shades of a building. Outflank. Yeah. That's river, right? Yes? Yeah, okay, cool. Take me to the end of this. The flavor text is fine, but like, I also just want to get to the other emotion. Skip. I know this is new flavor text, but like, we've been reading it non-stop for a long time. so we went in the tower this time. That's fine. Okay, what is this emotion? Angry plus sad. No, 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 no. Okay, angry plus sad. Alright. Let's check, angry plus sad. Let's go to the village again and try the one that is not. Oh my god, I accidentally pressed escape. Okay, hold on. I gotta relaunch the game because I don't know why that stops it. Okay, launch the game. Full screen. There we go. I don't know why pressing escape closes the game. I thought it would close the window, but it definitely does not. Okay, so we want go to the village and go to the other option that I chose. Okay, so we're gonna skip through this. Does enter work? It's only spacebar and left click, huh? Okay. Go, 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 go. Take me to the village. Okay, we're angry, sad. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So angry, sad. You're convinced you will only spoil this place. You cannot just sit idly by. I don't remember what the problem is. I don't remember which one I picked. I'm pretty sure I did sit idly by. Convinced you will only spoil this place. Let's pick this one. Did I? Is this one I picked? I think. What have I done? Fear plus sad. Oh no, that's what we want. Okay, no, I did it. Let's go. Okay, fear plus sad. Let's go. Wait, it changed. It was different though. What? I don't understand. It gave me a different emotion. It was supposed to give me just fear, right? Like, it was not fear plus sad before. Anyway, this is the last one. Okay, this is the last one. Fear and sad. Okay, let's go. Nihilism. Oh, God. We're just, like, maximum sad now, huh? Yeah, this is just, like, maximum sadness. You're scared and you're sad. You wake up, but you wish that you had not. Good start. You see no point in what greets you. You feel no urge to do anything. This really is nihilism, huh? But you're pushed from a glass pod by some unseen force, and you stumble out into a dark room. Computer monitor? Yep. You go over to the screen to turn it off, but no matter how you manipulate its buttons, nothing changes. You give in and read its persistent message. We are sorry because of the end. Does this define your existence? What meaning are you supposed to take from this? You turn to look at the other dormant occupants of this room. They look identical to you. They float in a strange limbo. Are they ready to replace you at a moment's notice? You are not unique. That much is clear. You are one in a long line, going ever onwards. Will anyone truly notice your entrance or your exit? You think of all the ways you could be so easily snuffed out. For a long time, you are unable to summon any motivation to move on. Brief glimpses of possibilities are soon swamped by a powerful nihilism. But you begin to fear that if you stay here, you will be constantly reminded of your pointlessness. You feel a deep sadness that it has come to this, and you trudge up the ladder at the end of the room. What are the chances you will ever find true meaning? This is the big sad. You slog into a dull clearing that is littered with brick and metal. Does someone try to build something here? Do they realize their mistake? You pity them, but you fear you could easily be drawn into the same error. It's better not to commit to anything. It's better to drift. But if that is true, how can you ever decide on a direction? Maybe whatever you choose does not even matter. If you must keep going, it may as well be the forest. Let's meet up with the settlements. You must keep going. It may as well be the forest. You trapeze along a dusty path and into the trees. Would it be easier if you entirely lacked consciousness? You suspect the denizens of nature are not plagued by these same doubts. Do they fear death? Do they feel sadness when it comes? You will surely never know. You wander along the path as it twists through thick trees. Does it have any true direction, or does it just mark the frequent passage of those as listless as yourself? Nothing feels any different here. You try to summon some enthusiasm, but it quickly dissipates. You fear that this will always be the case, and that brings you with it a desperate melancholy. You drift deeper into the forest. You drift deeper into the forest. Unsure of what you are searching for. Maybe you want it to swallow you up, but you doubt that you have the courage even for that. The sky is almost blocked out by the massed branches. Everything blurs into one formless smear, utterly lacking in purpose. You trudge through the forest, losing all sense of direction. You just walk, turning every question over and over in your mind. You wonder if you are getting any closer to understanding, but you fear that you lack the perspective to truly cut to the truth. You despair at the limitations of your being, and yet for some reason, you keep going. What does it matter where you end up? You emerge among ruined buildings. You stumble upon a gaping hole in the ground. This is new. We've not seen this before. This is new. This leads to the rusted trucks? No, this leads to rundown buildings, probably. I understand. It leads to some form of collapsed mine shaft. Is this just another example of desperate hopelessness? You're strangely fascinated by all the different ways in which things don't last. How can anyone hope to truly make a difference? You want to be proven wrong, but you expect the worst as you drop into the darkness. Oh, no, this does lead to ruined trucks. But they're different trucks. You slowly adjust to the confines of your new surroundings. The walls are gashed with tracks of worked soil. The floor is littered with broken machinery that glints in the low light that penetrates here. You seem to have found an abandoned mine shaft. Who thought such an endeavor would bring lasting worth? You despair at the foolishness and the waste. You simply despair. You simply despair. You sit among the wreckage and try to take in the full consequences of such decisions. You're scared of what this might lead. You to conclude about your own existence. Penetrates what? Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. And yet a part of you is at home with all these broken things. You wait with them, unsure of what this will do to your numbing melancholy. You begin to feel even further detached. After an immeasurable time, your vigil is disturbed. Other figures drop into the mine shaft, their appearance much like your own. They seem unsurprised to find you here, and they lead you gently away towards a settlement of their own. You allow yourself to be guided, walking with them in silence. These new sensations wash over you and then away like smoke. You make your way slowly to the settlement. You feel strangely dissociated from everything you see. This place is built into and around a sort of hollow grooved out of the wall of the hills. In each corner are numerous effigies to some unseen force, but all of them appear neglected and misshapen. They no longer hold the same grasp over their creators as they once did. There are many inhabitants here, each gripped by some apparently crucial task. They move back and forth in endless, repetitive motion. You expected as much, but you did not foresee the depths of despair it would bring. You will have to try to fit in. This is too much. We're going for the maximum sad. Also, Jeep's stream is going to be starting in 2 minutes, so thankfully we're almost done, and I'm going to be able to make it to most of the stream. I will probably want to take a break after all this talking, and then probably step in, rather than speed running over to his stream. But he will be starting in like 1 minute, so I will be there. Anyway, continuing on, we're almost done here. We're so close to being done here. This is too much, and you do not. This is too much, and you do not think you'll be able to withstand whatever revelations this place brings. At the last moment, you veer away from the settlement. You decide the only course of action is to avoid it completely. And for some reason, once you have done so, this feels freeing. You've committed to escaping the shackles of organized community and all its pitfalls. You've walked down your own path, free from the responsibility of creating meaning. You'll wander wherever the winds of change might take you, and you feel surprised to find that this journey suddenly feels good. You're not sure how to react to this change, but one day, as you settle down for the night, you surrender to the growing feeling inside you. Then you slip into a calming darkness carried on waves of joy. So this big sad led us to joy. And fear. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, that's it. That's everything. Ecstasy. Go. Oh! I am dumb? I can choose which one to play on rather than go through all of them. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not like I could just choose to play on fear plus sad. Because, like, I didn't know how to get fear plus sad from the ending. So it's not like it really matters. But that's what the go button does. Oh, so you can just choose which one to start on. Oh, and I'm sure this basic path leads to all 4 base emotions. Oh. Well, anyway, that's everything. I got all the achievements. I don't think there's any, like, secret ending. I don't think. Electric Sleep game endings? 11 different perspectives and 44 endings? What? 44 endings. So you'd be wise to play through it multiple times to see just how many ways the story's gonna end. I mean, I guess it's just like, yeah, right? 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 4 different endings for each emotion. Okay. But there isn't, like, any ending that, like, wraps everything up, I guess. That's fine. This was an interesting game. I don't really know how I feel about this game. It was much more, like, dialogue than I expected. There isn't really much gameplay. I felt like I was mostly just reading a book. And there isn't really any strategy to, like, figure out, okay, so these choices will lead to this emotion. It's more like, you get to the end, and then suddenly you feel angry, or I'm happy and angry, and then all of a sudden I'm happy and fearful. Or, like, I'll be angry and fearful, and then all of a sudden I'll just be sad at the end. So it's like no real way to really like figure out what is actually going on, but it's an interesting game. There's definitely, like, obviously a lot of writing that had to go into it, because there's look at, like, every single arrow and location. Every single location needs a different set of dialogue for each emotion. So however many locations there are, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 times 11 different endings is how many, or different, just like, dialogue areas are in this game. So there's 44 endings, but then, like, a ton, like hundreds of different dialogue branches. So, you know, it's very obvious that there's a lot of work that went into this game. But I don't know. I feel okay about this game, but maybe not, like, super, like, oh, I'm really glad I played this game. Like, so definitely some of the games I've played, I'm like, oh man, I'm really happy that I played this game. But this one, I can see why it's, like, only a couple dollars on Steam. But anyway, it's not a bad game, for sure. It's definitely not a bad game. Just, I don't know if it's a me game. I don't usually play visual novels. I don't mind, like, storytelling games, obviously, but, like, this one's pretty much just, like, reading. So, I like talking, I like reading, but I don't know if this was, like, the game to play. It felt like, it kind of felt like playing Valhalla, where it was pretty much the gameplay is dialogue, and every now and then you make drinks. But Valhalla felt better to play, because the dialogue was more interesting in Valhalla. Because in here, it's mostly just like describing your surroundings and how you feel about those surroundings based on your emotions. So it's not a bad game, again, but maybe just not for me. Anyway, let's go over here. Boom. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, Jeep's stream should be live like now. In fact, I'm just gonna take a quick peek right now. I see he is live. I'm gonna look at his stream real quick. Ads. I don't have ad block. Okay. Oh, what the heck is Jeep wearing right now? Okay. Cool. No, what the heck is he wearing? Alright, cool. No, but today is Jeep's return stream. He'll be singing songs. He'll be having people who will be coming on to sing songs. And he'll be having me who is coming on to sing songs. So I will be hopping over to his stream soon enough. I'm going to take a quick break to rest my voice just a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna go over to that stream. So please show your support to him. He's been on hiatus for a while. Super cool guy, so I'm glad he's back. And yeah, I've been practicing the songs that I want to sing for a while now. So hopefully you look forward to that. Again, apologies for all the streaming problems this week. With the internet problems on Monday, the game crashing nonstop on Wednesday. At least the one for today went okay, but the quality of the game was like, it's not like super interesting, but it's fun enough to read. And also for like starting so much earlier today. Normally we would be starting like an hour from now, but at least, hey, this is like perfect. We ended at like the exact like time that I kind of wanted to do. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna swing on over there again after taking a rest, just like a real quick rest. And yeah, schedule will be updated tomorrow, YouTube and Twitter of course, but still streaming on same time, same place, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. We'll be playing Pokemon and also some new games probably. Okay, so again, please show your support to Jeep Stream. I will be there. So until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, although you'll be hearing from me again very, very soon. But yeah, see ya there, see ya then, hopefully, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Alright, new games next week. Hopefully the internet holds out. Alright, Red, thank you for joining me, and I will see you at a Jeep Stream, hopefully. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.